Hey, what's up YouTube? JD here. It's been a while. I've been taking a break from the videos. We didn't really have anything to talk about. Didn't want to bore you to death. So I wanted to come out today, go ahead and do a video. I'm sitting in traffic. It sucks. Friday traffic. It's bumper to bumper. We're going about 5 miles an hour at that. So a lot going on in the news. A lot of stuff going on the last couple of weeks. A few things I heard about, I want to talk and discuss with you guys, see how you feel about it. First thing is the big stink about what the owner of Chick-fil-A said. Being that he has Christian values and he was brought up Christian and his family still has Christian practices, he spoke out against gay marriage. Now they're trying to ban his restaurant in certain areas of the country because they feel that it's, not right for him to come out and have these views. But I thought here in this country, in the United States, we're allowed to express our views. First Amendment gives us that right. Also in our country we have freedom of religion, and we're allowed to practice our religion, and we're allowed to voice our opinion dealing with our religious views. So if you combine the First Amendment with the right to practice whatever religion we choose, then banning somebody's business for their personal views is wrong. I don't care why or how or what you gotta say, it's just wrong. Just because you don't appreciate his views doesn't mean you should deny people in your area good food like Chick-fil-A. If you don't like Chick-fil-A, that's your business. But don't deprive other people of their right to have Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. If it had to shut down for stupid reasons, I'd be pissed off. Now, if they just couldn't afford to build in that area, that would be a different situation. But these people are actually trying to be banned. So, if you don't agree with this, I would send out an email to somebody. The mayors of all these states, or the governors of these states, I guess, or I think they're overstepping their boundaries, like Mayor Bloomberg of New York. He tried to ban soft drinks over a certain ounce. Well, why? Isn't it my right to choose what I want to drink and how much I want to drink? I'm not drinking and driving, for Christ's sakes. It's a frickin' soda. Yeah, it's not healthy and it's bad for your blood pressure and it's bad for if you're diabetic, but that's a choice we make as consumers about what we want to buy. These government officials are overstepping their bounds. Last time I checked, the government worked for us, not the other way around. These people need to be put in check. But it's okay for you to go and buy 2 8-ounce sodas as long as you don't buy a 16-ounce soda. But to me, that just means that they're trying to raise their profits by making you buy more than one soft drink. To me, I don't think it's about health. I think it's about income. If they can ban larger sodas, that means you're going to have to buy more smaller sodas, so they're going to make more money off of it. The state will make more on taxes, and the owners will make more on sales. So either way, it's a win-win for big business and for the government again. The little people get screwed in the deal. Now, if you don't agree with me, that's fine. You can voice your opinion. You can write a comment, make your own video, whatever you feel you need to do. But to me, it's bullshit. It needs to be stopped. It's just no different than everything else that's going on in this country. Another thing that's going on that kind of pissed me off is dealing with the Navy. Now, the first part of it was a little upsetting, but it's something that can be looked past. They're trying to retrofit all of the new ships and submarines to have unisex bathrooms. They're taking all the urinals out. So it will no longer be gender specific. They can label the restroom for whatever gender they want it to be. Which I guess is okay, but for guys it's a little bit more inconvenient because urinals are much faster for us. But I guess if you're a cross-dresser and you want to go into the men's room, you can't really do that now, can you? So it doesn't matter what the bathroom is labeled, whatever you look like is what you have to go into. So if you dress as a woman, you have to go in the woman's bathroom, even if you're a guy. So I guess it doesn't really matter what the bathrooms are. All you're doing is you're saving money by not putting in urinals, by putting in extra stalls, I suppose. They say that the urinals clog more than the toilets do, so it makes more sense financially. The second thing which really upset me was the fact that they're saying that the Navy SEALs are 85% white and that there's not enough ethnic proportion in the ranks of the Navy SEALs. I guess they want to assign a quota now to saying how many minorities actually are in the SEALs. They want it to be a certain level for political reasons, I guess. To me, that's bullshit. If these motherfuckers want to be in the SEALs, let them go out and qualify to be in the SEALs. Don't make quotas on something that serious. You don't want somebody not qualified being a SEAL just because he's of an ethnic background. You want the best on the SEALs. You want the best on the Berets. You want the Green Berets. You want the best on the Marine Corps, on the Rangers, on Airborne, Air Assault. You want these people to be the best of the best. You want them to be qualified for the position. I don't give a damn what color you are. If you're not qualified, you should not be on the team. Period. You endanger lives, you endanger missions, you endanger civilians. If you want to fill a quota on ethnic equality, that is not the place to do it. Somebody needs to get their head out of their ass and realize that some of these decisions you're making are extremely fucking dangerous to a lot of people. And it shouldn't be allowed. You know, if people of ethnic background want to be in the elite military groups, let them do what every fucking white person does that's on their teams and go out there and train and qualify for it. It's, you know, it's plain and simple. It's cut and dry. It's black and white. It's not about color. It's about being qualified for the position. It's about wanting to do the position. You know, they made this distinction because in New York, I suppose, there's areas where the population is 50% black people, but the fire department is 80% or more white people. Why? Because the black people don't want the positions, I guess. Otherwise, they would control the firehouses. If they really wanted to be firemen, they have the numbers and the availability to do so. If you want to be a fireman, it doesn't matter what color you are. Take your ass over and take the test. It's physical, it's mental, it's dangerous, and a lot of people just don't want to do it. I guess white people are just crazy enough to do these positions. I don't know what the reason is. But before you start judging people, before you start judging situations, why don't you do a real poll? Do a real study and find out why the numbers are the way they are before you start bashing people. If people want to be Navy SEALs or firemen or police department or, you know, oil rig workers or stunt drivers or whatever the fuck they want to do, well, you got to qualify for it and you got to want to do it. You can't be made to do it. You can't fill quotas and expect the position to be safe. It just doesn't work. I don't know what we can do as a country, or as, you know, who we can talk to make sure that this doesn't happen, but somebody needs to do something about it. This is one thing that does not have room for error. I don't know if you have, you know, different feelings about this, or if you have additional feelings, you know, leave a comment in the bottom. Let me know. We can discuss it further in another video. The next thing I want to talk about is Colorado. I just want to send my, you know, my wishes out to the families and friends of the victims there. I hope that, you know, you can get some closure. Hopefully the guy that, you know, did this heinous act is brought to justice and he's not allowed to escape for mental insanity. Obviously this is a well planned out attack and it needs to be justice for it. That's pretty much all I got to say about that situation. You know, if you have more feelings about it, I understand, we all do. There's 2 or 3 sides to everything that goes on here. But the bottom line is, you know, saying that we need more gun control isn't going to solve this problem. Because gun control only works to the people that pay attention to the laws. It only works for the people that actually adhere to the rules and regulations set forth. People that go out and murder people aren't going to follow rules and regulations. They're going to find a way to get their guns. They're going to find a way to get their ammunition. They're going to find a way to get their explosives. Didn't we learn anything from Prohibition during the alcohol years? When we tried to outlaw alcohol in this country, it opened up a black market that was huge. Moonshine became the thing. Moonshine running became an actual career for people because it was all about how fast and how much you could move. So we had to learn a lesson there, didn't we? We brought alcohol back and made it legal. So let's not make the same mistake with guns, because the only people that are going to stop using these guns are the people that follow the rules and regulations. The bad people, the killers, the gangsters, the mobsters, the drug dealers, they're still going to have their guns. You're going to leave us defenseless. And telling the cops to go on strike until there's better gun laws in place is stupid. All that's going to do is make the situation worse. All that's going to do is set everybody up for failure. I don't know what you politicians are thinking about, but you really need to get your head out of your ass. This is some stupid shit that you're trying to do. And the last thing I want to talk about is the immigration problem on the border. Ever since Obama has circumvented the Congress and circumvented our Constitution and the rules and regulations of this country, and said it's okay for certain ethnic people from certain ages to be here without going through the proper channels, you know, our border control people are having a problem doing their job, because basically their hands are tied. They're leaving the borders wide open. They pick people up and all they got to say is, I qualify under the DREAM Act, and they got to be let go. It doesn't matter what crime they committed, they're being let go. The Border Patrol agents are frustrated because they can't do their job. And why? Why is it that our Congress is allowing this president to circumvent our Constitution, circumvent the checks and balances of this country, and do what the hell he wants to do? He's putting this country at risk. How are we going to have rules and regulations if we're not enforcing them? How are we going to keep this country straight if we have a president running roughshod over the country? There's no reason for this president to think that he can just run this country without following the Constitution that he swore to uphold. This is some bullshit, and it's just another point that this government needs to be dismantled and rebuilt. It's another point that people need to take a stand and take this country back, take our government back, close our borders down and get our affairs in order. One to send $1.5 billion to a terrorist group in Egypt is bullshit. Why should our taxpayer money go there when you tell us our Social Security is drying up from bad investments? Why should it go to another group of people when we have at least 1 million homeless people in this country? We got people every day getting foreclosed on, people every day losing their jobs, and we're not taking care of them, but we want to take care of a terrorist group in Egypt. We want to keep sticking our nose in other people's business. Let's get our shit together first before we help others. Peace.